Hey, welcome back to another Monster Hunter tutorial. I'm going to cover some of the topics that I didn't have a chance to cover in my first one. Let's start with combining. You can see I'm here combining a blue mushroom with an herb, and that's going to create a potion. And a potion's going to heal you better than an herb would by itself. Hold down A, and as you can see, you can make a whole bunch at once. Now you can see I've still, I'm going to go over, I've still got the blue mushroom selected. Now I unselected the blue mushroom and I've selected the potion. You can see it only shows the things that you can combine highlighted. So taking the potion and combining with the honey is going to get you mega potions. And that's how you do multiple levels of combinations. Okay, so we're getting ready for a hunt. Now I'm going to eat my meal. I covered this somewhat, but let's go into it in a little bit more detail. Also, first of all, always pay for a meal. Never use a voucher. The vouchers that you get can be used to make equipment, so you don't want to waste those on, whatever, this 150 zenny meal. Okay, so I'm looking at the skills. So you see you combine the two ingredients, and then you pick a cooking style, and you can highlight the different abilities that they give you, and you can see what they do. Fresh food is going to have a better effect. You can see here, thorny meat, plus, what am I going for? Queen shrimp. So I've never combined that before. You can see the effect is question marks. And rapscallion. Okay, so I'm not interested in that. Sharpshoot bombardier. Here we go. I'm using the gun lance, so that's what I want. The bombardier is going to give me a bonus to my shooting damage with the gun part, and it's also going to reduce my cooldown time between wyvern fires. And you can see it activated the abilities, it increased my stamina, and I got a voucher out of it to boot. Okay, so we're in multiplayer, so I'm going to wait for the guy who's going to select the quest to go there, okay, and select the quest. So he's at the desk making his choice. You can see in the player list right now he hasn't selected it. And in a moment, you're going to see a little, there you go, that little red indicator both above his head and in the players list indicates that he's selected the quest. So I'm going to go over to the quest board and I'm going to join him on that. So join the quest, yes, and there we go. You can see I now have that like half-sized red thing over my head. Just going to check the storage chest. I'm going to remove a couple items. I'm going to get some antidote into my inventory and some cool potion or cool drink and hot drink. If you don't know what is coming up, it's always a good idea to go prepared with a couple of each of those. If it's a pure hunt, you're not probably going to fill up your inventory with items, so it's safe to fill up a couple extra slots with equipment. So let's talk about cool drinks and hot drinks. Some zones are like volcanic, and you need to drink a cool drink in order to cool you down, or else you'll take damage while you're in those zones. And likewise, some are very cold, and you won't take damage then, but your stamina recovery time will go down, and you will your maximum stamina will be reduced over time. Now, we're checking the supply chest. Until late in the game, you're going to have access to the supply chest at the beginning of every hunt, and it's got some handy things. The map is going to give you access to the full map. It's always got a couple potions in there, or first aid actually, a couple mini whetstones, and some other things like this one has cool drinks because, as you can see, it's a volcanic area. Now, I don't need to drink the cool drink yet because only certain parts of the map require a cool drink. Alright, so we're jumping to fighting Oregon, and I'm just going to take out that insect. Now, you saw we opened here with him attacking me, and I was blocking. So, again, with the gun lance, the method of play is going to be to block because you just not got the mobility. Oregon's moved to another zone, so we're going to chase after him. And remember, in between zones, that's a chance to do things like heal. Oh, alright, so here we go. We've chopped off the tail, so we concentrated our attacks on the tail. We cut it off. Now that it's cut off, don't forget to harvest it. When we cut it off, he also dropped a lava nugget. Sometimes that's a wyvern tear, sometimes it's something else. Some types of creatures drop those when they eat, for example, Rathalos. And that's following the whole crocodile tears thing. Crocodiles cry when they eat. This one cried when we chopped his tail off. So here I'm going to just run away from combat for a moment to harvest a tail and get that piece off of him, but it didn't matter because he left the zone anyway. And now my friends are also going to harvest. And I'll wait for them. And we're going to jump over to completing the quest. And so now we're going to take stuff out of the box. Always send stuff to your box directly. I don't know why you would put things in your inventory. Now, you'll see I just took this interesting thing. It's a charm. So you appraise it, and in order to take it, you send equipment, so you select it, and then you have to go down and send to box. I don't know why they do the interface like that. It's a little bit stupid, but there you have it. Okay, so running. Diving. Now, that's an important key thing there. You see that his breath attack there went right through me, and the reason for that is when you do that panic dive, you're invulnerable for a moment. So keep that in mind. It'll save you from a lot of damage in the future. Now, this is an example. Here I'm using the longsword, and the reason for that is that this guy's Nibblesnarf is really, really difficult with the gun lance, because as you can see, he moves around like crazy. Can't see it right now because he's under the sand, but he is just constantly moving and moving fast. So you gotta have a pretty mobile weapon. You see, even there, I missed him. So now I gotta sprint over, although he's gonna charge over at my friend with the bow. Now, don't want to give too much away, but you gotta sort of think about what your options are here. For example, they'll give you some bombs in the supply for Nibblesnarf. Use those, drop them on the ground, and when he does that charge, he'll swallow them. It'll do a lot of damage as he explodes from inside. Now, speaking of exploding from inside, you see how he's doing this thing, and that little icon appeared above my head that said Select A? Depends on what you're using as to what happens, but there, I got to like reel him in, and it kept him sort of stationary for a little while my friends beat up on him. Unfortunately, then I took a bunch of damage. Okay, so here's another enemy, but more importantly, here I am demonstrating the use of the bow. So this is Diablos, and it's actually in the desert as well, and normally some zones in the desert require the cool drink, but here you require the hot drink. Alright, let's talk about shooting. You'll see I hold down the... well, I'm going to eat right now, because holding down or drawing the string uses up stamina, and there you can see sometimes it can be dangerous to do that even when he's far away. So drawing the string takes stamina. You see these two flashes? Once you see the second flash, then you're at full strength, but he was out of range there. Also, look at the health bar. You see that little red sliver? When an enemy damages you, often they'll take a chunk out, but then also another chunk will be red, and that'll recover over time unless you get hit before you have the chance to recover it. The next hit that you take is going to eliminate all the red that you've got. It might add some more with that hit, but it's going to knock off all the red that you had sort of recovering there. So if you've got a big red section, make sure to stay clear of damage for a little while to let that recover. Good dodge, don't forget you can do that. The bow is nice and mobile. It's two flashes, there you go, and get a couple shots off there.